Hello, space friends. Here we are with the fourth match of the finals day of the 10th Alliance tournament. I'm Zastro. I'm here with Lazarus Tailraven. For this match, we have DarkSide versus Percussive Pizza Time Diplomacy. We have some pretty interesting setups here. What do we got, Laz?
We have the flagship, actually, from DarkSide, the Vindicator, flown by Korthor and Seth. So you have a standard Vindicator Chrono setup. They don't have a actual EOS boosting like we've seen in the past few matches, but they will be running some ganglinks on the Brutix, most likely. Then you have Pizza, who are in no way affiliated test, with 3 Proteuses with medium blasters. So, I mean, they're definitely going to be outclassing the blasters, but the Proteuses are going to have huge EHP on them.
And correct me if I'm wrong, but that is a flagship Vindicator that DarkSide brought,
yep,
right?
That is a flagship Vindicator. You're not going to see as much utility as a flagship Vindicator. I mean, you're going to be able to get faction webs on there and faction mag stabs. You're going to see a lot of DPS from this Vindicator.
Yep, and here they go. The teams are off. They are right on top of each other from the get-go.
Yep.
This is going to be a real on-top, in-your-face, blast-each-other match.
Yeah, you see the Vindicator and Kronos actually burning straight for the logistics ship, straight for the Aneros of Pizza. I mean, they're going to get this Aneros down rather quickly with those 90% webs.
Yeah, half of Pizza Time is webbed already, and damage being applied to that Aneros right off the bat.
You're not seeing you're seeing the first tracking disruptors from the Scourge on that Vindicator. It's really surprising that they didn't get it earlier, unless they're just really stacking up those sensor damps on that Curse. He has to be right in the face to get a lock.
It looks like Percussive Pizza Time Diplomacy's frigates are trying to drop that Daredevil really quick, but he's getting reps from the Oneros.
Yeah, the Daredevil does have a web bonus like the Vindicator, but is very flimsy when it comes to its tank. It doesn't have any type of tech to resist.
Pizza Time is kind of ignoring DarkSide's logistics, but DarkSide is trying to get Pizza's Oneros down as their first primary target.
Yeah, I mean, the Proteuses do have huge EHP, but they're really going to need the reps from the Aneros.
Yeah, I think if they get this Oneros down, it's going to look pretty bad for Pizza Time. DarkSide is having no problem repping the damage that Pizza Time's doing for them already.
Yeah, the DarkSide's logistics, Helen Connor, is doing a fabulous job keeping these Daredevils and Enyos alive.
And that Oneros is almost out of armor, and he is going to die in just a second. None of DarkSide ships are really in trouble yet. I think that's bad for Pizza Time. It's really going to snowball against them with the loss of that Oneros.
Yeah, I mean, that's really huge. Like you're saying, I mean, without those reps, I mean, it's really going to be them trying to chew through the HP.
Yeah, and those Proteuses are all tracking disrupted, and they don't really seem to be able to do any damage with those tracking disruptors on them.
Well, they are medium blasters. I mean, they don't have great range in them. They're going to have to be right up next to these Proteuses, not Proteuses, up next to these battleships to do really any damage. What's odd, though, you're seeing Cat Cassidy. Actually, that's probably just smart bomb damage, but he's taking a little bit of shield damage as the, what is that, Maul is about to go down?
Yep.
Yep.
The Proteuses are really kind of out of position. They're not on top of anything that they want to be DPSing. So a combination of them being out of position and being tracking disrupted, that's why we're not seeing them able to do much to DarkSide.
Well, the problem is you saw these at the very beginning, you saw these Proteuses start going, the Proteuses and the Vindicators actually went in separate directions. Vindicators went straight for the logistics ship, and the Proteuses went for some of those frigates so that their medium blasters can get some of these ships down. The Hearse just went down, so I mean, Pizza's really getting taken to school here in this match.
Yeah, it's not looking bad for him. Pizza Time, a lot of people thought that at the beginning of the tournament they were kind of a gimmick team, but they really proved to be contenders in their matches during the group stages. I thought this would be a little bit of a closer match than it's turning out to be. DarkSide's really just kind of having their way with them right now.
Yeah, I mean, I'm really impressed with the amount of reps coming from Helen Connor's Aneros on the DarkSide team. He's been doing a great job keeping that Daredevil alive.
Yeah, he's been an excellent logistics pilot so far. He didn't let any of his frigates die like we saw in the Godfather's match earlier.
Well, I mean, the logistics is the hardest ship on the field to fly. I mean, yeah, it's keep range, try to get tackle off you. I mean, even in the CCP commentator match that we had, I was flying the logistics for all the matches.
What are you trying to say? You're the best?
I am the best. I am the best. Sorry, no, but I had the frigates were constantly on you. I mean, and you just got.
There's a million things to pay attention to when you're a logistics pilot. You got to not only watch the health bars of 10 people on your team, but you have to pay attention to make sure you're not getting out of position or you're in a position to get tackled.
Yep. So we're coming down. Oh, wow, the first Proteus is down for Pizza, coming down to about 6 minutes left in the match. 2 Proteuses left. 2 Proteus, Damnation, and Punisher. So I mean.
Just massive DPS coming off of the DarkSide team. That flagship Vindicator they have is really just messing up Pizza Time.
Oh, I'm sure that Vindicator is all decked out with officer mag stabs and everything.
Absolutely.
So,
He's doing well over 2,000 DPS.
Crazy damage, and this is one of the few Vindicator flagships compared to all the Balgorns we've seen as flagships.
Yeah, and that's what we were saying earlier when you decide which ship to make your flagship. You can get more utility out of a Balgorn, but I think the Balgorn isn't as good of a ship to bring to the Alliance tournament. So although the officer mods and stuff benefit a Balgorn more than they benefit a Vindicator is just better to have on your setup here.
Well, it really depends if you're a flagship Balgorn. You really have to build your setup around it. You saw suddenly spaceships build their setup around their Balgorn, and they just did a great job using it. So I mean, it really depends on the team.
Yeah. Personally, I'd always take a Vindicator, but it could go either
Well,
way.
blasters are cool.
Yeah, blasters are cool. I love the up-in-your-face DPS style of fighting that the blaster setups bring.
Yep, so we're down to the Proteus and Domination for Pizza Time Diplomacy versus DarkSide, who has not lost a single ship. I mean, this Neris has done quite a good job, like we've been saying the entire match. And speaking about my awesome logistics skills, I think Navigator yelled at me because I let him die in one of the matches.
Oh. Watch out, you might get banned. Yeah, I mean, a lot of these matches have come down to whether or not their logistics pilot is paying attention, doing what he's supposed to do, and making the right decisions. It's really, really hard to be a clutch logistics pilot. And what's doubly bad about it, at least on Tranquility, is half the time you're not even getting on kill mails. You're not getting any glory for all of your hard work in piloting.
Yeah, the way we compensate that is we just give them more money for dying in a logistics ship.
Yeah, that's right. Just pay them off. Please, fly logistics. They're so good.
I think my corp gives them like 300% reimbursement rate on logistics or something.
Yeah.
It's
but
something retarded.
And another thing about this Alliance tournament, as opposed to old Alliance tournaments, where the logistics was really the linchpin of your team, keeping everyone wrapped, having those ancillary shield boosters this time around gives you a second backup for your tanking. Even if your logistics die, you may still be able to tank the damage with your ASBs.
Well, we've seen a lot of teams that ASBs saving the match after they lost their logistics, like especially like the Goon match that the Goons lost versus with our Gilas versus the Ham Tingus. Those ASBs is what won the match for the Tingus.
But the ASBs really benefit shield tanking teams. And here, this match today, we're seeing armor tanking setups. And we've seen here in the finals a lot more armor tanking setups, I think, on average than we saw back in the group stages. We saw mostly shield tanking setups back in the group stages. Yep,
and the last Proteus is down for Pizza Time Diplomacy, and we're down to the Brick Tanked Damnation.
Yep, so DarkSide's going to take this, and they're going to advance. They're next going to have to face PL. Now, if you guys remember last year in AT9, DarkSide was the team that knocked PL out.
Yeah, they came against they used a PL setup to kill PL actually last year.
Well, yeah, if the setup's good, I might as well steal it. I'm really looking forward to that match. That's one of the ones I think could knock PL out.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, that's one of the closer matches of today, even though they all are going to be really good matches.
Yeah. So my bracket is still intact after this one. Did you have DarkSide to win this one?
I did. I definitely picked DarkSide to come through. I think Pizza did a good job yesterday with their Tengus, but DarkSide's such a strong team.
Yeah, they are. I can't wait to watch DarkSide and PL. And then whoever DarkSide and PL, whoever wins that match, they're going to have to play the winner of Hun and Godfathers. That's going to be another great match.
Yeah, so I mean, as we get closer and closer, it's just more edge of the seat matches. I mean,
these are all. I love the finals day of the Alliance tournament. Everything's so close. These are all such good matches.
Yep, and I'm maintaining my 100% win streak.
Yeah, Heretic let me down against Godfathers. And that'll do it. Percussive Pizza Time Diplomacy. You guys played great in the Alliance tournament. Congratulations on getting this far, but you just couldn't stand up to DarkSide today. So with that, we will turn you back to Soundwave in the studio.